Hello and welcome to the first edition of News Across Nigeria for the week. I'm Olumide Mokoli. Coming up on the program. On a tragic note, an attack on a mosque in Kaduna, Borno State leaves 7 people dead. Jigawa State government says it will not fail to pay workers' salaries and pensions despite FAAC deadlock. Plus, we take a look at the gradual clearance of the traffic gridlock along the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway in Lagos. Thank you so much for joining us. 7 persons are feared dead after a suicide bomber believed to be a member of the Boko Haram group attacked a mosque in Borno State. A member of the Civilian Joint Task Force, Ibrahim Liman, who confirmed the incident, told our correspondents that the insurgents attacked the mosque located in Mainari area of Kunduga in the early hours of today, where he detonated his explosives. Suicide bombings against soft targets like mosques, markets and bus stations are the hallmark of the terrorist group led by Abubakar Shekau. Many of the bombers used are young women and children. However, Liman says the latest attack appeared to have been carried out by a man in his early 20s. Last week, at least 6 traders were killed when a convoy of lorries under military escort were ambushed in Borno State near the border with Cameroon. There have also been a number of attacks on military convoys and bases in Borno and neighboring Yobe State. In the meantime, at least 5 persons are also reported to have been killed and some others abducted on Sunday by armed bandits suspected to be kidnappers along the Kaduna Abuja highway. A resident of the area who witnessed the incident told our correspondent that the attack occurred around 6 p.m. near Gidan Busa village located between Jere and Kateri communities along the highway that has witnessed several attacks in recent years. The victims were returning from Kaduna to Abuja in different vehicles when they stumbled on the bandits who already blocked the road, stopping motorists and shooting sporadically. The Kaduna State Commissioner of Police, who confirmed the incident to Channels Television, says the command is yet to identify if the attack was a robbery or a kidnap operation. The police have launched a manhunt for the bandits with a view to arresting them and bringing them to justice. In 2017, the Kaduna Abuja highway witnessed a series of attacks by armed bandits, with many kidnapped and lives lost in the process. Away from security, in Jigawa State, the government is pledging its commitment to continue to pay salaries, gratuities, despite the failure of the Federation Account Allocation Committee to resolve its hearing deadlock after 3 meetings. The state's head of civil service, Mr. Mohammed Inua, insists that the state government is not indebted to any worker and it's working towards maintaining this record.
For the 3rd consecutive time within a month, governors of the 36 states of the Federation maintain their stand that the deadlock at the Federation Accounts and Allocation Committee FAC meetings will continue until the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation NNPC remits what is due to the government's coffers. While some states may be feeling the effect of the deadlock, businesses in Duse, the Jigawa State capital, remains unaffected as the Jigawa State government has made necessary arrangements to pay workers' salaries and pensions, being a civil service state. Confirming the arrangement to Channels Television, some civil servants and retirees are elated over the state government's ability to fulfill its promise.
But despite all these issues, we are receiving our salaries on or before 25th of April, as I was saying.
I'll be retiring tomorrow, and I've already received, my payment.
At the pension office in Dute, Abubakar Abdul Hamid narrates his experience after claiming his late father's death benefits.
We have already received the check, and after some few hours we are going to check it. We are going to cash it in the bank. And the procedure is very simple, and we are very grateful with the pension house.
The head of the civil service in Jigawa State explains how the payment of salaries of workers and pensioners is continuing in spite of the FAC deadlock, just as the executive secretary of the State Pension Board reveals how much has been paid to the beneficiaries.
His Excellency the Governor is always thinking ahead. We always actually try to say that we have at least a month ahead salary, no matter all odds actually. So he keep aside a month's salary so that at least whether there is park or not, at least workers will be paid on or before the 25th of every month.
Amount payable to all the beneficiaries from the state, local government, and local government education authority is 724,917,981 naira 71 kobo.
Although the Federal Allocations Accounts Committee remains deadlocked, workers and pensioners in Jigawa State continue to smile to the bank at the end of the month.
Meanwhile, the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has given assurances that the federal government will continue to provide a good business environment for entrepreneurs so the nation's economy can thrive. He made the comments at an event he attended over the weekend in Osun State. He says encouraging entrepreneurs to grow is important because of the statistics of youth unemployment, which has risen way too high. He says areas such as technology and agriculture are areas that need to be explored.
I want to end this address. What we need to do, those of us standing here, is to go and take our own pledge to ensure we carry our responsibilities in ensuring that we create a enabling environment for you. I believe that the future is bright. I believe that for those of you who are here to please focus on how do we grow business. How do we ensure that the opportunities in entertainment, the opportunities in some of the areas, particularly the area of agriculture, the area of technology. Today we only have a 27% penetration in the internet. The growth is significant. The inclusion, we only have less than 37% of inclusion in the financial sector. These are all opportunities that a lot of you can embark on. We noticed recently we've made it much easier for things like company registration. Individuals now can make it much easier for them to start up businesses. It is our hope too that we also ensure that we provide better funding in order for young people who come out to be able to raise money and raise capital.
Also in Osun State, but this time in politics, some members and delegates of the People's Democratic Party in Osun State have stormed the party secretariat in Osogbo, the state capital, to protest against the outcome of last Saturday's governorship primaries. The party members allege that the election was rigged in favor of the winner, Senator Ademola Adeleke. They say Dr. Akin Gumbiyi was the actual winner and that votes allotted to him were actually less compared to what he polled. The delegates are asking the national leadership of the PDP to order a recount of the votes cast and declare Dr. Akin Gumbiyi as the rightful winner.
The delegates to the last governorship primary of Osun PDP that was held on Saturday are here this morning to protest the manipulation, the fraud, and the non-compliance with the voting rules and process that took place on Saturday under the supervision of the governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency Dr. Seriake Dixon. The delegates are saying that they voted overwhelmingly for Dr. Akin Gumbiyi to be the flag bearer of the party come September 22. But through the process, his votes were manipulated, his votes were stolen. They asked for a recount. They recount only his vote and they didn't recount all other votes. The void votes, we are suspecting a lot of things about that process. You give somebody a ballot paper. If he has written the name of a particular aspirant, either at the front or at the back, I think that vote is still valid. But they counted it as invalid votes. There are a lot of discrepancies about these primaries. And we are saying that that primary cannot hold and it should not hold.
Meanwhile, the PDP leadership have held meetings with all the contestants with a view to resolving that impasse that trailed the emergence of Senator Ademola Adeleke in the Saturday primaries. He polled a total of 1,569 votes to beat his closest contender, Mr. Akin Gumbiyi, who got 1,562. Several calls for a recount of the votes by some contestants, as you just saw, were ignored by the election committee. According to the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Mr. Kola Ologbodiyan, the leadership of the party, is holding this meeting with the contestants along with members of the appeal committee so as to address all issues arising from the conduct of Saturday's primaries in Osun State.